Okay, so just a few quick tips I made, or I found from this Netflix documentary, called How to Get Good with Money. The number one thing that they follow up with is side hustles, like have a side hustle to make some extra money, and maybe make it something that you love doing and enjoy doing, like a hobby or something. Although you have to be careful with that, because once you turn a hobby into a money making thing, then you might lose your drive and, you know, the desire or the passion for it, which sucks. But yeah, if you keep it at bay, it can definitely work. And maybe make it something that you can learn from as well, or yeah, reap other benefits from. Then the next one, they talk about like index funds. That's all about, like, I don't know, is like the stock market, and I'm not really into that stuff, so I can't really speak on it. But they mention like that, something 500 and Nasdaq, whatever. I'm not a big fan of those things. But you know, you can get into crypto, blah blah blah, or like the phones, whatever. Then the next point they made is spending money. Like the way you spend, you should categorize it into things that you really need, things that you want, things that you love, and things that you like, and make like a quadrant, I guess, and see which things that you require fall into these categories. Do they fall into all four or just into one? And another tip I have with this, which I learned from somewhere else, is you should first look at whether you actually need it or you can do without the thing that you want to buy or need to buy. You should check if you can get it secondhand or cheaper. Then you should check if you could like improvise with things you already have at home. So, I don't know, like build something, DIY something, make it yourself, stuff like that, you know? Sometimes that's enough. And yeah, at the end of the day, always just really think about whether you really need it. And to these things, they said you should check if it's just for temporary satisfaction or if it's something really necessary. Then the next point they made was purchase justification machine. Like, you have to slow this down by asking yourself questions whether you really need something or whether it's going to be really useful. Are you actually going to use it? How often? You know, you can slow down purchases this way and reduce what you buy. And that also goes for groceries. Like, is it nutritional? Or is it just, a sweet tooth craving, Then the next point they have is, what would your life look like in 5 years? If you ask yourself that question and earnestly, honestly, and you see and envision what kind of life you want to live, and it is hindering you what you're currently doing to attain that kind of lifestyle, then maybe you should cut back and question your behaviors, your habits, because we are our habits. We create ourselves through our habits. And there's a whole book on it. I think it's called The Power of Habit. Haven't read it yet, but I want to. I do have it. So then the next point they make is split it before you get it. So once you get your wage, your payment, your salary, before actually like spending it or seeing it as disposable. No, you say that? It's not disposable, it's whatever. The amount you can use to, like, instead of seeing it as something you can spend, expendable amount. Yeah. Either way, like, you should already divide it up into house bills, then also own personal bills, into spending account, maybe into dream savings, and into emergency savings. So like just already split it into these 5 categories, and then you should be better off than if you just see it all as, oh, it's I'm looking for the word, at your disposal, you know. Not all of it is at your disposal. You already at the beginning of obtaining it have to divide it up into what you can spend and what you need for other utilities and all that stuff. So yeah, and there are obviously so many more tips on how to save, but yeah, this is the documentary.